It wasn't by accident that you found yourself here, watching this message. There is someone you once loved dearly who has crossed beyond, but they are still with you in spirit. Though they are no longer physically present, they have not forgotten you. Today, for the first time, they have been given the chance to reach out to you from the other side. This isn't a coincidence or a dream. This is a message of love and comfort sent from above. The Spirit of God has seen your sorrow, your silence, and your longing, and this message is meant to remind you that you are not forgotten. It is easy to feel lost and alone, especially when everything seems to fall apart. But just when you think you've reached the end, a light appears. A vision opens up before you, one that is not bound by sight, but by faith. It is a promise, one that has been there from the very beginning, always with you. I am here, the one who has never left your side, even when you stumbled and thought you couldn't carry on. I am your refuge, your strength, your shield. I am the one who created you, who placed eternity in your heart, and who knows every tear you've cried, every prayer you silently whispered in your pain. I am the one who knows the depths of your heart, the weight of your sorrow, and the struggles you face. You may look out at the horizon and only see obstacles and hardship, but I want you to hear this clearly: you are never alone. My presence is constant, regardless of how you feel or what you see. I am with you on the mountaintop, and I am with you in the valley. I am with you in the calm and in the storm. There is something important for you to understand today, something that is no accident. You're here, listening at this very moment, because someone you deeply love is someone who once shared your life and left an everlasting mark on your heart is sending you a message from heaven. Though you can't see it, there is joy in heaven right now for this moment. His message carries not only my voice but also the echo of their love. Even though they are with me, their love for you remains. And oh, this, God has not forgotten you. I have heard the silent cry of your soul, and this message is for you, meant to remind you that you are not alone. You may be searching for answers, but you need not look into the empty void. You do not need to fall into despair. The answers you seek are within me, and they always have been, even in times when the way seems unclear. Trust that I have already paved the path for you, even when you cannot yet see it. I am the one who creates rivers in the desert and makes a way where there seems to be no way. When everything around you seems hopeless, my voice is louder than any storm. Do not be afraid, for I am speaking to you today to let you know that everything you have gone through has been part of my eternal purpose for your life. This moment is not by chance, but a divine appointment. Keep it close to your heart, for it is sacred. Though you may not see it now, and pain may cloud your vision, my help is constant and always on time, like the dawn that slowly rises, faithful and unchanging. Even when the sky is dark with shadows, remember that the light always returns. Just as the sun never fails to rise, even when hidden by clouds, its light still shines. This is how I am with you. I never fail. I never rest. I am always by your side, guarding you constantly. While you slept, I kept watch over you. Even when you felt trapped with no way out, I was already opening doors that you hadn't yet seen. Every step you took in faith, even when it was difficult, was written in my book. Each time you chose to believe, despite the doubts in your heart, I was there, walking with you. Your broken heart, your struggles, they have all been precious offerings to me. I do not overlook your efforts, no matter how small they may seem, nor do I ignore the battles you fight within yourself. Every time you pressed on when it would have been easier to give up, I was right there beside you. Even in moments when you doubted yourself, I never doubted you because I know who you truly are. I created you, and I placed treasures inside your heart that only I can see. Have you ever wondered why, after all the pain, your heart still yearns for hope? Why, after so many falls, you continue to search for something more? It's because my spirit is still calling you. Don't let the enemy deceive you into thinking you are forgotten. Even if a mother might forget her child, I will never forget you. You are engraved on the palm of my hand. Every single moment of your life has been under my watch. And though there have been times when silence filled the air, know this silence doesn't mean I've abandoned you. It's part of my plan to shape your character, to prepare your spirit, and to strengthen your faith. You are stronger now than you were before, not because of your own strength, but because of mine, which shines brightest in your weakness. Trust that what lies ahead is going to be greater than what you've already endured. There are still chapters left to write in your story, and I am the author who finishes what he starts. Just as I led my people through the desert, stood by Daniel in the lion's den, and was with David in the darkest of valleys, I am with you right now. You are not lost, you are not forgotten. You are being guided, protected, and loved by the unchanging God who will never fail. If you feel exhausted, know that it's okay to rest in me. This battle won't be won by your own strength or wisdom, but by my spirit. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Just as I have been faithful to others, I will be faithful to you. My faithfulness doesn't depend on your perfection. It rests on my boundless love for you. Keep moving forward, even if it's slow, even if you walk with tears. I am right there with you, and what I have begun, I will finish. You have walked paths that no one else can understand. There are moments etched in your memory, wounds unseen, silences that no one else can explain. You've carried burdens that seemed unbearable, yet you pressed on through long, lonely nights. I was with you in those moments, when your mind became a storm, and the pain of the past hurt more than anything physical. My presence surrounded you, even when you couldn't feel it. It wasn't your strength that kept you standing, it was mine, renewed every day, just like the breath I gave you when you woke this morning. There were times when you felt like you couldn't go on, when the darkness threatened to swallow you whole. Yet, there was always a light within you that refused to go out. That light didn't come from your own strength, but from my spirit, deeply embedded in your soul. It wasn't just a fleeting hope, it was my living promise, quietly growing in you, even when everything seemed to be falling apart. Your worth has never been defined by the struggles you face or the setbacks you experience, but by the eternal purpose I've placed within you long before you ever saw the light of day. You were known before you were born. Your life is not the result of chance or coincidence. Every detail, every challenge, every joy, and every sorrow was carefully woven together with love and intention. Even when things weren't easy, nothing we wasted. Every tear had meaning, every fall taught you something, and every painful moment was where my grace revealed its strength. Think back to those days when you thought you wouldn't make it, yet here you are. It's not by your strength or effort, but because I held you up. There were times when only my hand kept you going, when people you relied on disappeared, and circumstances shifted without warning, but my faithfulness never wavered. I've always been in control, never losing a moment of it, even when it seemed like everything around you was chaos. While you saw the storms, I was working behind the scenes, making sure everything unfolded in its time. just like the sun rises every day without fail, never late, never confused, and always doing its work even when hidden behind clouds. This is how I am with you. Sometimes I hide my presence to strengthen your faith, but I never leave you, never forget you, and I will never abandon you. While others may have turned their back on you or judged you without truly knowing your heart, I saw everything. I saw your intentions, your sincere efforts to do good, your battles to maintain faith even in the midst of pain. And even when you stumbled, my love for you never wavered. I didn't pull away from you. Instead, I extended my grace over and over. Every time you found the strength to carry on, just when you needed it most, whether it was a word from someone, a verse you read, or a psalm that spoke to your soul, it wasn't by chance. It was divine intervention. I am involved in every detail of your life, not just the spiritual moments, but even the small, everyday ones. I care deeply about your well-being, and your peace is a promise I have made to you. While the world may offer quick fixes that never truly heal the heart, I offer you a life filled with abundance, a peace that transcends all understanding, and a purpose that endures beyond time. Even when you don't understand the reasons behind certain things, know this: no tear has been wasted, nothing has been lost, and everything will be restored in its perfect time. I am the God who gathers what others cast aside, who lifts the fallen from the dust and turns ashes into beauty. When you think it's too late, remember that I am the master of time, and when things feel impossible, know that with me, nothing is. Heaven has seen your perseverance, and even if not everyone acknowledges it, I have seen every step you've taken, every unseen story of yours. And that is enough. In your moments of greatest weakness, when it felt like there was nothing left to carry you forward, there was something deep within that nudged you to keep going. That unseen force, that quiet pull, wasn't just by chance. It was my presence, always around you, even when you didn't notice. I was there, guiding you through the storms, making sure you didn't fall too far. No matter how fierce the winds were, I stood firm by your side, shielding you with my shadow. You faced losses that left scars on your soul, and promises that were broken, yet, despite everything, you didn't shatter completely. You may have grown tougher, learned to protect yourself, but you never lost the core of who you are. That spark that still burns within you, even when the world feels empty, it's mine. I placed it there, and I've kept it alive because I know the strength and potential you carry, even beyond the wounds. Life hasn't always been easy. It's often felt like an unyielding desert, where nothing you planted seemed to grow. But even in that barren land, I've been working beneath the surface. The roots I've placed inside you are invisible to the eye, growing quietly, preparing something real and lasting for the future. You might not see it now, but one day you'll look back and recognize that, in the silence, a miracle was taking shape. Not everyone will understand the path you walk, and some may even judge your walk away. But you weren't meant to seek their approval. You are on a journey I laid out for you long before time began. Every rejection, every closed door was part of that plan. Even the painful goodbyes were clearing space for something greater, something far more lasting. Sometimes, to make room for something new, I must first remove what was never meant to stay. It's not a weakness to feel fear, nor does doubting mean you lack faith. What truly matters is that, despite those fears and doubts, you didn't give up. While others might see your struggles as failure, I see them as shaping. Where you see loss, I see a seed being planted. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, has been used to strengthen you, to shape you, and to bring you closer to your true purpose. I haven't allowed your pain to break you, but to transform you. It's not about returning to who you were before. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. Like clay in the hands of a potter, you may not control the process, but every moment, every turn of the wheel is shaping you for something eternal. The path ahead may not always be easy, but it is always guided. And though you may not understand it all right now, trust that I am at work. Faith isn't about having all the answers, but about walking forward with the trust that you are never alone, and that there is a greater plan unfolding, even if it's beyond what you can see. Just as a tree does not bloom in winter but is still alive beneath the surface, so too is your soul filled with promises that have not yet been revealed, but they will come to fruition. When I speak, my words always come to pass. If I've carried you this far, it's because what lies ahead has eternal significance. There are times in life when the soul no longer seeks answers, but simply understanding. When words fall short and logic becomes empty, and the heart longs for empathy without judgment, it is then that I draw close. I don't come with accusations or condemnation, I come with compassion, knowing the depths of your pain before you even utter it. Long before you speak your sorrow, I already understand it fully. There have been times when you couldn't find a safe place, when the spaces that should have been your refuge turned cold, and the relationships that promised stability ended without warning. In your efforts to rebuild, you may have built walls that now feel heavier than they protect. Yet I never stopped seeing you. I've remained close, patient, never forcing my way in because I didn't come to invade, but to redeem. I've waited for the moment when you would open your heart not just for comfort, but for true renewal from within. When everything seemed to slip away, and your world felt like it was falling apart, my purpose never wavered. Even in your darkest thoughts, I did not condemn you. My presence was never meant to break your spirit, but to breathe new life into it. I don't need you to have it all figured out before I draw near. You don't have to understand everything to trust. I walk with you through the confusion, through the chaos, and when it feels like everything is unraveling, remember, I am the same one who spoke order into the chaos of the universe from nothing. I don't need perfection from you. I need surrender, however fragile, however painful. Tears may have taught you to appear strong, to hide your brokenness, to cover your pain with smiles. But I'm not looking for masks. What moves me is your truth, your rawness, the brokenness that you offer as it is. Where the world sees weakness, I see an opportunity to display my power. I'm not asking you to carry everything. I'm inviting you to release the weight of the past, the guilt that isn't yours, the expectations that have been placed on you, and the fears that have held you back. In my presence there is freedom, not chains. There is rest, not unattainable demands. You don't have to prove anything or earn anyone's approval. To me, your worth isn't determined by what you do or how much you endure. It's because I created you in my image. You are valuable because you bear my mark. You don't need to do anything for me to love you. You are already loved. You don't have to run to find me. I am with you, and I will never leave you. My covenant with you isn't based on your performance, but on my faithfulness. Even when everything else changes, my promises remain unshaken. What I've said will come to pass. There is something profound in that moment when you choose to trust, even without all the answers, when you decide to keep moving forward despite the uncertainties ahead. A decision, even in the face of doubt, is a powerful declaration of faith. It's not that you have no questions, but that your hope rests in something far greater than what's visible. And it's in that space, amidst the chaos, where my power is revealed, not when everything is perfect, but when, in the middle of the mess, your faith echoes, saying, "I still trust." Don't let fear of the future hold you back. It's not left to chance. Each new day is already written in my book, and every challenge you face has a way out prepared. You don't need to rush, just walk with me, one step at a time. What I'm building in your life isn't temporary or fragile, it's eternal, strong and profound. Even when everything around you seems to fall apart, what I've planted will endure, and in time, what you don't understand now will become part of a redemption story that carries my mark and brings glory to my name. Much of what you carry inside has never been spoken to anyone, not from pride, but because you simply didn't have the words. There are wounds too deep for words, yet they haven't been overlooked. You haven't had to explain them to me for me to understand. Every unspoken emotion, every thought left unsaid, every prayer that came from the quiet places of your soul, it has all reached me. I have received it, not as a complaint, but as a cry of trust, not as weakness, but as faith. By turning to me, even without realizing it, you acknowledge that only I can hold you when everything else is falling apart. There were moments when everything seemed meaningless, when you believed that nothing was worth the struggle. It was during those very times that I was closest to you. I didn't leave when doubts clouded your mind, nor when your tears outnumbered your words. Instead, I drew near with tenderness. My presence was there in the smallest details, a word of encouragement at just the right moment, a door that opened when all seemed closed, the breath you took when you woke up, even when you had no strength to thank me for it. Your pain does not offend me. Your process does not drive me away. I love you with a love that doesn't depend on your moments of strength, but on my eternal decision to call you precious. So many times you felt alone, even in a crowd, and many times you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. The weight of life's demands, the comparisons, and the disappointments all piled up within you. But you were never invisible to me. Every part of you that seemed to have dimmed, I have been gently reigniting. I didn't come to remind you of your losses, but to restore what was taken. I didn't come to ask why you fell, but to lift you back up. What others saw as broken, I see as redeemable. What the world casts aside, I call purpose. There are times when answers don't come immediately, but that doesn't mean I'm silent. Sometimes, my answer comes in the changes you can't quite understand yet. Other times, it's within you, a peace that transcends explanation. It's not about having all the answers, but about trusting the one who holds them all. And I do have them. Beyond the answers, I have a plan, carefully written, not improvised. A plan where every part of your journey fits into a destiny beyond what you can fully comprehend. I don't waste anything. Every season of your life has been shaping something in you, something even you haven't seen yet. Now that you've heard these words, let them settle deeply in your heart. Don't brush them off as just another passing thought. This is my call to you, an invitation to trust once more, to find rest. I have spoken to you with love, not judgment, with tenderness, not demands. If you're hearing this, it's because your heart is open to my voice. Let these words take root, growing in their own time to bring you comfort, strength, and guidance. I've spoken with purpose, and what I begin, I will see through to completion.